Here we are once again, and once again we're going to be looking at some trending topics. So, a nice trending topic for you at the moment is the general election. The general election is going on at the moment, and I'm just noticing there's a particular guy getting a bit of traction at the moment, Jeremy Corbyn, okay, and he is calling on voters to shock the establishment and back real change. Smart move, okay, change is definitely what works. Let's dig a little bit deeper and report on what he is saying. Mr. Corbyn is calling for voters to shock the establishment and back real change in supporting Labour as he gives his final speech of the election. The Labour leader will stress a truly historic choice for undecided voters as he makes his last push in London. Okay, I'm not going to bother reading this. From what I know, Labour has been out of power for quite some time. Okay, let's read a little bit about the stats. The gravest criticism levelled, okay, we'll read a little bit about Mr. Corbyn first. The gravest criticism levelled at Mr. Corbyn during his leadership is that he failed to sufficiently tackle anti-Semitism in the Labour ranks, something he has apologised for. That's not very good. It's not very good. The fact you apologised for it, okay, you actually did it. But he has also been accused of failing to come up with a clear Brexit plan. Brexit plan. Labour, yeah, that's important. They need a Brexit plan, whoever comes into power. Labour has pledged to hold another referendum between credible deal and remain within 6 months. Jeez, that's messy. A final constituency by constituency poll by YouGov predicted that the Tories' lead over Labour had narrowed. Okay. Corbyn, it's time for proper social care for our elderly, free education and childcare, justice for the 1950s women, a well-funded national health system for all, a pay rise and lower bills. Okay, and this is pretty straight up the guts socialist Labour stuff. Okay, we can see here Jeremy Corbyn speaking out. Just having a look at a few things that are trending on Twitter for Jeremy Corbyn. So one of my views on this, I think what generally happens is it tends to be a cycle. You know, it tends to be a cycle with these elections. So perhaps the Conservative Party, the Tories over in the United Kingdom have done their dash, and we're going to see a new person come into power, which would be Jeremy Corbyn. He'll come into power and perhaps they'll try and do something about Brexit. Can't do a worse job than the Tories have done in getting this thing across the line, surely. It seems very complicated. Of course, I'm not going to say I'm expert, but it definitely seems like something is going on where it could be sorted out a lot quicker. Let's put it that way. Could be sorted out a hell of a lot quicker. But it's a bit like the United States of America. You always see the scenario where one party is blocking the other party. Okay, we get someone holds Congress or what have you. Okay, that scenario. So I guess I don't live with that worldview. I live in a worldview where we just elect members of parliament and then things happen. Okay, probably because we've only got 5 million people, so it's a smaller place. So I don't understand the complexity and intricacies of everything that happens in the United Kingdom. So it's kind of my opinion on what's coming and what's happening in the United Kingdom. Jeremy Corbyn. The alternative, okay, is Boris Johnson. Just good old Boris. Carry on, soldier on. It's pretty impossible not to like Boris. I'm sure a lot of people don't like Boris, but he's quite a likable kind of character. Okay, what to expect from a hung parliament under Labour? Corbyn as PM propped up by Nicola Sturgeon. 2 more referendums on Brexit and Sky. Okay, there's just criticism coming around. We can see what's coming. That's a wrap. Letting you know what's going on out there, at least if you did tune in and watch this whole thing. In the United Kingdom, there's a general election happening right now as we speak. It's kicked off over there at their daytime now. It's nighttime here over New Zealand. They're going hard. They're getting in for their election. There's quite a lot of repercussion because they've still got Brexit looming over their heads. Okay, so there you go.